Guys, and welcome to Cisca Stitches. Today's tutorial is on this beautiful off-shoulder circle dress, and you don't need any pattern to actually make this, so I'm going to show you guys how you can create this on your own. Remember to subscribe, like, and share this video, and let's get into the tutorial process. So guys, this is the fabric I'll be using, and it is measuring 2.5 yards, and the length of the fabric is by 45, as is with Ankara fabric. So I have folded this into two now. So what I'm going to do next is to fold it diagonally like I did in my previous video. So I'll just take that end opposite this point, and then I'll just place it like so. And then what I'll do next is to use pins to hold the fabric in place so it doesn't shift easily while I'm taking, making my measurements on this. Just, fold it neatly as possible, pin it down, and then that is it, guys. So the next thing we're going to do is to place our fabric well. We're going to place it like so in a triangular way, like this. And what I'm going to do is mark a point that will be measuring my bust measurement divided by 4. My bust measurement is 36, divided by 4 is 9, right? So I'll just ensure that I have some more allowances there. So I have about 10 right there. So I'll just draw a straight line right there. So this open side is going to be where we'll be fixing the armhole, and the closed part is where the neckline will be. That's the folded part. So I'm just going to make that line more visible so you guys can see what I am working on. Now when you make these measurements, please, you need to ensure that this side of this triangle is the same as that side of the other triangle. So just ensure it is that accurate. So next, what we're going to do is to now mark our bust measurement divided by 4. So I'm just going to mark 9 inches right there, and you can see that I started from the folded edge because we'll be marking our armhole at this point. So I marked 9 inches, and then I'm also going to mark my shoulder measurements, which is 14 divided by 2, that's 7. I'll just mark it right there. The next thing I'm going to do now is to draw a straight line upwards, and you want to do it in such a way that you'll be having something like a right angle triangle at that point. I hope you understand what I mean. So guys, my armhole length is usually around 9 inches. That's from my shoulder to my armhole, usually around 9 inches, but I'll be taking some inches off. So I'll be taking about 4 inches off, meaning I'll be left with 5 inches, right? But because I want to attach a band to this, I'm going to be marking 3 inches. So my band will be measuring 2 inches. I'm going to mark 3 inches right here, and my band will be measuring 2 inches. So at the end of the day, everything will still come back to 5 inches, but we'll be cutting our band separately. So I've marked that 3 inch right there. What I'm going to do now is get my French curve and then connect the points. So 3 inch for the armhole, which is going to be on the main fabric. 2 inches will be attached as band to the neckline area, so everything is going to come back around the armhole area to about 5 inches. So for the neck now, what I'm going to do is just mark about 2.5 inches right there. So you can make it 3 inches, you can make it 2 inches, that's up to you. So I marked 2.5 inches, and I'm going to use my French curve to connect the points. So I'm going to add a 1/2 inch seam allowance to this, to the neck, to the top, that's the neckline, and then also add a 1/2 inch seam allowance to the armhole area as well. That's exactly what I am doing. And then just draw, just connect the points together. After I've added our allowances, I'm going to connect from the where the armhole meets the bust line. I'm just going to connect that point all the way down at the edge, because yeah, just connect it like so. And then after this, what we're going to do is to take the length of the blouse. So now the maximum length I can go for this dress, is this part, that is the 45-inch part. So I'm just going to take that measurement. We have 45, right? So I'll keep taking my measurements from the apex and keep marking 45 inches. So I'm just going to continue like this all around and then connect the points together. So this is going to be the length of the blouse. What I'm going to do now is to cut my pattern out, and then I'm going to show you guys what we have. So I'll just go ahead and cut this out. So this is what we have, guys. This, I'm going to take out these pins, and yeah, we have the front and the back, and I want the front neckline and the back neckline to be the same, so I'm not going to make any adjustments to this. So I just opened it up, and this is what we have. So next thing I'm going to do is to sew the side seams by a 1/2 inch seam allowance. That's what I'm going to do, and I've gone ahead and done that, and I overlocked the raw edge with a zigzag stitch. For the armhole, I just used a bias tape to conceal the raw edges. It actually made my work a lot more neater, and I did the same thing for the other side as well. So I also ensure that I use the bias tape for the bottom. So the next thing we're going to do is to now attach the band. So what I did was to just pin the necklines together, and I'll just be making tiny notches about 1/4 inch. Yes, this will just enable me place the neckline, sandwich it easily into the band that I have cut out for this. So I just made a 1/4 inch notch at the neckline. So I'm going to get the bands now, and I have cut out the bands already. The band is measuring 2 inches in width, as you can see, with a 1/2 inch allowance folded inwards on both sides. So that is what I have. And then the length of this band is measuring 1.5 yards. I wanted it to be like that long so I can tie it at the ends. So what I'm going to do is take one part like so and ensure that the edge of the fabric around the neckline is matching the seam allowance inside there. So I looked for the middle of the band, place it at the middle of the neckline like so, and then I just pin it down. So ensure that you are placing the middle of the band, you've marked that point, and then ensure that it matches with the middle of your neckline. So I'll just go ahead and pin the rest of the band onto the neckline. And then once I'm done, what I'm going to do is take this to my sewing machine, and then we are going to sew. So ensure that you place it as neatly as possible, and we are going to sew close to the edge of the fabric, and then do the same thing for these other sides as well, because we need to seal it up. And once we get to this point, I just fold it in, as you can see, fold it in and then fold it again, close it up, and then I'll sew close to the edge as well. So that's what I'm going to do for the two sides, and then do the same thing for the other band right there, which will go into the back neckline. And I'm going to show you guys what we have. So yeah, guys, we are all done sewing. This is what we have. We are going to be tying those loose ends around our arm, and I'll show you how this looks on a mannequin. This is the final result, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it was helpful to you. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications for more videos like this. I'm going to see you guys in my next video, in my next tutorial. Bye, guys.